Hi, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for August 2020. This is going to be for Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Those intuitively guided to the channel. You may have planets in the sign of Cancer, or in love with the Cancer in love with you. So welcome, everyone. We're going to use a good tarot for you this month. I like the good tarot for the water signs. I don't know. Different decks stand out to me. So I'm going to go ahead and give the deck a couple shuffles. And while I do that, I just want you to relax, calm your mind, do a little deep breathing, breathing in positivity and exhaling the negativity. I, as always, invite my spirit guides to invite your spirit guides into the reading. Even though this is for August, it's really timeless. It's whenever you're nudged to it, that's the time for you. So, all I ask is that you have an open mind, an open heart, and try to just let go of how something must be, how it has to look to you, and let's just see what comes in. Okay, let's begin. It is Friday afternoon. Another hot day in the Northeast. I feel like I live down south right now. But it's going to turn. It's going to get a little cooler, and I can't wait. It's really the humidity. All right, Cancer. Well, let's grab those cards that flew off the table. Maybe. All right, let's see what we have. We have Judgment. Says right in the bottom of the deck, call, right? So that means it's a call to attention. There's a call to awareness. Let's see why. We have the Three of Cups. We have, interesting, the Three of Swords. 33. We have the Ace of Wands. See if they're all in reverse. They're not all in reverse, so we have the Seven of Pentacles, which is in reverse. We have the King of Cups. Can certainly be your energy. Another Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, falling under the Three of Cups. And we have the Three of Pentacles coming under the Three of Swords. Now we have 333. You may have been seeing 333, 33. You may be about to give someone a third try, or this was the third try, like 3 times, and you're out. I do feel like some of you have been kind of stuck in some type of energy of, I almost want to say like non-belief about something. We have the Fool, who is kind of showing up sideways, so I have a feeling this is, there's a question of whether to do something, whether to take on this Fool's energy, looking right back at the Three of Pentacles. So that can certainly be collaboration with someone or a group of people who it may at one time, or, could have been this king King of Cups represents an open heart, right? But he's got the Seven of Pentacles right beside him in reverse, so not really knowing, feeling whether this energy is right for me or not. Why? Because Three of Swords shows me that at one time, um, you had to deal with some heartache. And with the Three of Cups being right next to that, and then I think the King of Cups, he's in the upright, but Seven of Pentacles is in reverse right beside him. So this could certainly be the energy of someone who earlier stepped outside of a relationship. And I don't know. I don't know if there's any. I mean, that's a deep pain. That is a deep pain, no doubt. Could be someone who is drinking more than they should. And I also feel like there may be someone where I feel like someone may be like a partner, or I don't even know whether I want to say partner, but I do feel like I may have someone in my life who may be working with someone that I'm not sure about, right? Gives me a little bit of nervousness over it. I'm kind of feeling all of that. Let's get the rest of our cards out. So we have the Fool, though, with the Ace of Fire, the Ace of Wands right above it. So this is about beginning something new, right? The Fool was about taking a chance, moving into a passionate time in your life, even though the Three of Swords is right next to that. I feel like for some of you, you may start to come upon like soul family members who are going to help you to overcome, the past and pain of the past. And it feels kind of beautiful because I know that they're going to see you for who you truly are, right, on a soul level. And but nonetheless, I feel like you've been kind of stuck in some type of energy. And, the Three of Swords here, how good can it be, right? But the divine shows up, judgment shows up. It says, it's time for movement, right? Especially with the Ace of Wands and the Fool here. It's time for some type of movement. There's something you're just not feeling. You don't know if it's meant for you or if it's meant to be, that type of thing. Interesting, we have the Two of Cups, but in reverse. So, for a lot of you, this is about a relationship, right? This is the energy of a soulmate. And maybe you're trying to determine if someone is a soulmate. And the reason why you're trying to determine that is because I definitely feel like, they've caused you some pain. More than just some pain. I feel like definitely if they stepped outside the relationship, it is like having your heart ripped out, right? But nonetheless, this is about divine saying it's time to either move on from this person. With the Two of Cups in reverse with the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like some of you may be calling someone a soulmate, and perhaps they were, perhaps they are. Perhaps, you're each here to teach each other some lessons and then move on. Or perhaps they're not. Perhaps they were karmic. Same thing. Learning a lesson, right? Often I feel karmic is, I hate to say payback, but it's the energy of something that we have done, and I don't mean this with judgment, but something we've done in our life, past life, what have you, that we now need to experience on a soul level, right? Why? Because it teaches us, even if it's painful. Usually, when it's painful, is where we learn the most. And usually, when we go through that type of pain, we make some major changes in our life, which I feel like can only be for the best with the Fool and the Ace of Wands over here. So I definitely feel like, And I feel like if you came to the reading unsure if someone was a soulmate, and they were not treating you well, I definitely feel like your spiritual team is here to say you're right. You're right. Don't keep yourself connected to something um, if it's not giving you fulfillment. We have the Emperor card of Aries. I'm sorry, have I been even giving out names or signs? For some of you, this could be a boss figure, someone that I at one time looked up to. You know, I feel like if this is not a soulmate, if this is more karmic, what did I learn from this? I feel like you've gained a lot of wisdom. Um, Sometimes it's just, you know, looking at it and saying, why did I allow myself to accept certain type of energy? And once I have that awareness, then chances are I'm not going to repeat it, right? Someone may have presented themselves very solid. Um, however, however, you know, how they are in the dark and how they are in the light can be two totally different things. He does kind of look like he's disguising himself. And I have to say, it is your spiritual team that has first come to the table to give you this awareness. So if, you know, I feel like, you know, why they come to the table is to present something to you through the Fool and the Ace of Wands that would better serve you, better, you know, give you the respect that you deserve. First, you have to realize that, though, right? Realize that you deserve the best, and you know, not even putting judgment on anyone. Just simply, I deserve to have my heart fulfilled, also. So I feel like your guides are very strong today, um, and even though it sounds like I'm giving you a little bit bad news, I feel like in the long run, this is something you already know, something that clearly you've been thinking about. And some of you, I feel like that's exactly what brought you to this reading, to answer that question. So you guys are going to tell you, you know, don't be with someone, don't do this, because that's up to you, right? That's your free will. And after all, any path you choose, there's going to be lessons to be learned. But they only enhance us if we allow them to. We have the Nine of Pentacles. That is the energy, a guardian angel energy. It's also the energy of success. I feel like there's someone out there who, you know, you worked for this company and you may have, you know, had a fling with your boss or higher up or something like that, or you could certainly be the boss. But I feel like, you know, it did not go as expected. And I literally feel like you will, and I'm not trying to persuade you, but I'm just feeling the energy of you leaving, if you haven't already, and taking your wisdom, because there's a lot of wisdom right here, taking that wisdom that you can only learn from the reflection over your life. That's what 9 is about, reflection back, not judgment, right? Leave go of the judgment because it won't serve you. Just a reflection, what did I learn? What did I give away? That type of thing. Because once you know that, I don't know, I just feel like you can really rock your life. And I feel like there's going to be plenty of support or backup, collaboration, meeting the right people at the right time to help you with this new goal you have. This is through your creativity, but it ultimately can give you independence. And I'm talking real independence, financially independent. We have the Queen of Cups. So we do have the King and the Queen of Cups now. And it looks like it's the Queen who may be making some changes in her life. And look at this. We have the Empress along with this Queen. That's beautiful. And that's exactly how you get to be the Empress. It's through the reflection back over my whole life. And again, I am not judging myself, and I'm not even judging others. I'm looking for those little bits and pieces of wisdom that I have gained, answers. Sometimes we go to others for an answer when truly, if we reflect over our own life, we can figure out that answer. The Empress is very strong, but she doesn't let her heart die out, right? She is very compassionate. And her compassion and her empathy comes from, um, chances are a hard life. Not, it doesn't mean my whole life was hard, but like some hard elements that clearly she has overcome. And when you overcome, I feel like that's when your soul really expands. And how can that be bad? It can't be. It can't be. We have the Page of Cups. First of all, that's about learning how to, learning to love oneself, learning to see all the good qualities within you, no matter what other people had told you, right? Up here with the Three Swords, I'm sure many things were said to you, done to you that truly, truly affected you. And the page is about understanding that, sometimes this is what we have to realize, especially, let's look at this energy. And let's say this King of Cups has stepped outside the relationship, clearly broke your heart, right? Clearly broke your heart. Maybe doing it at his job. By the way, I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. I'm not predicting this is going to happen. I don't do that. I give you potential for you. For me, when it shows, especially early on, it's something that's already happened, right? And your spiritual team just wants you to be aware of, you know, you're aware of the pain that you've been through, right? But listen, I feel like a lot of you who come to my readings, um, eventually will eventually own some type of business of your own. I don't know. I just feel like that. I feel like a lot of independent, business owners, and that can range from anything, find their way to my channel. And I kind of feel that again, um, especially with your team and then the Empress at the end of this reading, right over your energy, right over your energy. So, um, anyway, let's keep. Oh, so the Page of Cups. Page of Cups. It's also about love being in the atmosphere. And that doesn't mean that, oftentimes I feel, when we're talking about, let's say, spiritual love, because the Empress is someone who's definitely lives within her spirituality. Otherwise, I don't know that she could be the Empress. So this is about learning all about yourself. Again, not judgment, but learning all about yourself. Why I do certain things, my action, what I'm good at, what are my dreams, how can I really be fulfilled? What is it that I need? And sometimes people who don't treat us right show us exactly what it is that, what we don't want in our next relationship, right? Or what we do want in our next relationship. Look at that, the Ten of Cups. So, love is in the atmosphere. We don't always know it. I just did a reading last night around midnight, and it was Gemini's. So, if any of you are Gemini, you might want to check it out because it was about someone who kind of had a crush on Gemini, and they were unaware of it because their focus was on someone else. So, check that out. Anyway, Ten of Cups. Love is in the atmosphere. This promise of the Ten of Cups, which, is our, I feel, God-given right, but we have to meet this energy, right? We have to meet this energy. This is coming to the table in the energy of harmony and lightness and willingness and openness and all that. And it's matched by someone else who feels the same way you do, someone who fulfills you, completely fulfills you. This doesn't always have to be a relationship, though. It can be, I can be a single mother and I finally get rid of someone who is toxic and now my home feels very peaceful to me. I feel peaceful, that type of energy. I love this for you. All right, let's bring out the clarifiers and let's get a little bit deeper. So we have the King and Queen of Cups. We have the Emperor and the Empress. I wouldn't be surprised if, I feel like someone is dating their boss, a supervisor, someone who is supposed to know more. But I wouldn't be surprised if someone, and I am feeling female energy with that, like, whatever you can do, I can do better, right? Because I feel like the Empress is showing that she also can run her own business. She also can be very successful in something, right? She also is filled with creativity and wisdom, and it's showing here because through the energy of the Empress is the Fool and the Ace of Wands. So that's beginning a path that you yourself are passionate about. You yourself are passionate about. It's through your creativity, but again, it gives you an opportunity to really build really put in place those building blocks that no one can knock over. You saw the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, and I often feel you guys hear me often say, potentially a business owner. But the Nine of Pentacles represents that to me also, right? An independent, I'm independently making my money, away from the crowd or doing my own thing. Using my own wisdom, my own creativity. Though I do feel like here is the beautiful energy of collaboration too. The Fool was looking at that. And, being honored, it's like your guides are honoring you for being who you truly are, right? Seeing that part of yourself, living passionately through that. And that does mean I have to let go of the heartache, right? But I have a feeling this heartache was caused by someone who you may have thought was a soulmate, but doesn't feel like they are. So I often feel when we're with people like that, they're the ones that I don't want to say we forget about, but they're just like, there's those ones that got away, that remain in our heart, that remain in our head. And then there's those that we think, like I can't, you think you can't be without, but then they don't treat you well and what have you, and you leave, and you realize, you make the realization of, wow, now I'm happy. I thought I was happy here, but wow, doing my own thing. And other people recognizing you for exactly who you are. Not just that, but they celebrate that energy. I don't know. How can that be bad? Why do I keep saying that? Okay. Let's start at the beginning. So these threes are definitely a sign for some of you. You may have been, again, seeing, I feel like some of you are seeing like double or triple threes. 33, life path number. You're going to have a 3 life path number. I often feel like when I don't get a card that my guide is saying, there's still something you've missed. So I'm looking around as I 7, 8, 9, 7 and 2, that adds up to a 9. So there is a need, your guides are saying there is a need to reflect over this energy of what we would call a soulmate, and who is a soul. I just don't feel it. Okay. We have the Princess of Swords. I often feel the Princess of Swords is finding her voice. Her voice may have been quieted by another, right? This is her learning to find her voice, her true, authentic voice, by the way. It's also about just the truth, right? The truth shall set you free. We can pretend, that this person is our soulmate, but wouldn't you really rather know the truth? And I feel like that's what your guides are saying. You're learning the truth. Yes, it hurts. Yes. Everybody recognizes that, and nobody, I don't want to say nobody wants that for you, because there is soul growth within that too. I feel like there's purpose in everything. Let's put it that way. But even after the pain, then there's that Ace of Wands. So there's some type of new beginning for you. We have the Four of Wands. We have the Prince of Cups. Interesting, coming over the King of Cups. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Oh, wow. Just moved that whole line almost perfectly. Real quick, I'm looking at this Queen of Cups, and I'm just looking at her expression, and I feel like for some of you, what are you doing next? Well, I feel like you've been thinking about it, you've been dreaming about it, you've been maybe even manifesting it. Maybe you don't even know you're manifesting it, but I feel like there's tremendous growth within you, and there is something that you want to bring to the world. And the Fool, I feel like, is you, here I'm thinking about it. I'm kind of dreaming about it, that type of thing. And it somehow relates to your money or your foundation and how solid it is, right? But wanting it more independently solid, right? I don't want to be tied, or I don't want to be codependent on someone else to determine, what my life is going to look like. Why did I put these down here? Why did I do that? I don't know. So I'm going to put them back up here. Don't know why I did that. Anyway, so let's look at this. So I feel like you're finding your voice. You're finding your voice. You're finding your own truth. And the Four of Wands, that's about a commitment, right? But it has the Three of Cups underneath that. And I don't know why I'm not trusting this energy. And I shouldn't say trusting it, because I almost feel like certain that someone that I thought maybe was my soulmate really isn't. Or their time has passed. Not all soulmates are meant to last a lifetime. We're learning that, but this is about at one time having a commitment, but nonetheless, someone stepping outside that commitment. And then we have the Three of Swords with the Prince of Cups over that. So I don't feel like this is the first time someone has broken your heart. This person, for some of you, I don't feel like this is the first time. And so maybe it's just the realization. Maybe you're coming to that truth, right? You're starting to see it for yourself. So, and in some of you who work with someone or in some way tied financially, I feel like you're severing that tie, but you're beginning. You're starting you're starting at the beginning. Now, you could be a year into something and it still be the beginning. But the Eight of Pentacles is about what I focus on, right? And I clearly eventually, for some of you, and some of you already, you're focusing on your pentacles. You're focusing on being solid for yourself. And whatever it is, I know you already have a passion for it. It's showing it, right? It's showing to focus on your passion. Whatever you focus on with that energy is what you grow. So this is about your passion. And I'm not talking about a person. I'm not talking about another person. I'm talking about your passion within. Some of you may be, well, I want to be, I want to be married and have family and all that. I feel like that will come to you, right? The more you focus on you and fulfilling yourself, knowing your own truth, learning what and what I just won't accept in my life anymore, building my own foundation so it's strong and unshakable, and really, I feel like loving. Whether it's, it doesn't mean there's not hard work associated with that, but this is willing to put in the work, but it's also the energy of one day being the master of that work. And we have the proof right down here. We have the success card right down here, right? The following card. Follow my passion as the Fool, right? I've been thinking about it, dreaming about it, whether it be years ago or what have you. But it took me to get to the point of the Empress, right? Learning that everything had its purpose, and there were great lessons there for me. Also, being aligned with, I just feel like the right people. I feel like a lot of us are moving into that energy of really connecting with our soul family here on Earth. Look at this. We have the Ace of Swords coming over the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Seven of Pentacles, let's talk about that for a second. That's a card about patience. About some things take time. Sometimes it's about us taking time. But it is about our seed of intention, right? It being reverse, it can mean that something is happening quickly. But I feel like really what's happening quickly is your awareness. Your awareness. Because we start with the Princess of Swords, right? Where I'm really just learning how to use that sword. Doesn't matter what age you are. I'm really just learning who my authentic self is, and what my passions are. Right? There's a flow coming to me, and I love that the Ace of Swords then shows up as the truth. So I feel like it is your awareness of what you need to know to then move into the full energy. We have the Chariot, your card of Cancer. Also card of movement, right? The Chariot's really a beautiful energy. And you know what? I want to take a second while we have the Chariot, and I want to read to you, at least with a good tarot, the meaning of the Chariot. According, there's interpretations, but the Chariot, victory. Everything I have worked for, including the obstacles I have faced and overcome, is now part of this time of victory. I have learned to see all aspects of my life as essential to my growth. I have fallen, but now I am risen again to live freely and truthfully, fearlessly and skillfully. Wow, I'm glad I read it because every single word is already showing here. So I feel like you, um, I feel like this is movement away from, it says the King of Cups, right? We got the King of Cups. That doesn't make it just a water sign. What at one time was, um, maybe felt loving, maybe felt passionate, and what have you. I do feel like it died out because I feel like someone, now that could also be you, right? It could be you also. Um, but I feel like, just, I can't say was completely there in the relationship, at least towards the end, because I feel like this is truth that I need to hear so that I can move into my next beautiful chapter, which just feels so much lighter than um, where we started. We have the Strength card, your neighbor, Leo. This is about overcoming, right? This is our inner strength. This talks about, you know, as challenges, we're always going to have challenges in our life. That's how we gain our soul growth. But when we gain a certain awareness, we can see that challenge for what it is versus early in our early days, it's a mystery, right? We go through it. We may stay too long, we may accept too much, but as we mature or our soul expands with true awareness, it helps us to see challenges and overcome them very quickly. King of Wands, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, potentially. Hello, Wheel. And the Star. Alright, so I'm just wondering if someone is asking you to give them another chance. But I don't feel like it's so much who, this may be someone different than this King of Cups I've been talking again. Again, forget about the sign. Just, it was someone who came to me with an open heart where, they may still have an open heart, but they just don't feel stable enough for you, I feel. Like I was your mother, right? Like, it's not really who I want to see you with. Um, you know, I don't know. Anyway, let's look at this. So, here's the star with the wheel. And I have to say, if your dream was to own your own business, well, sometimes we need to make sacrifices. And if toxic energy is keeping us away from our dreams, then we have to see that so that we can put our focus on truly what it is you want. It is about staying hopeful towards what it is that you want. I feel like you're going to have it. But yet it definitely says you got to be willing to put in the work at the same time. What you focus on will grow. And I love that the wheel is here. It's destiny. And, it's coming over the Two of Cups in reverse. And it could certainly talk about even those who didn't treat us the greatest were still destined to be in our life. They're getting us ready for something else. The challenge was to overcome the pain of it, right? The Empress, she's lived the lives of all these queens, the good, the bad, and the ugly, but she remains strong and empathetic and compassionate and, wants to be there for the underdog, but smart, right? If I'm building a business here, building my pentacles in some way, all it's saying is focus on that. Focus on what makes you passionate, because I feel like this is ready to come to an end, but it is up to you. It's always going to be up to you. we have the Eight of Cups. We have the Two of Pentacles, which, we could feel the question in here, even though we didn't have a card of the question. Look at that. We have the Six of Swords, which, number one, is a card of victory. Six of Swords talks about, you being in these choppy waters right now, and, sometimes we think it's always going to be that way, but the Six of Swords talks about as I lay down the toxicity, as I get rid of those who bring me this toxicity, as I have awareness of how I myself, give myself this toxicity, I'm able to put these swords down. It does talk about, there may be a little uncomfortableness. There's always a little uncomfortableness in change, but I don't feel like it lasts long. I just don't. I don't feel like it would last long. This King of Wands, he's kind of like just sticking out there. And now I'm wondering if in some way, somehow, he is offering or giving some type of opportunity to you, or maybe part of what will be. But first, the Six of Swords with the Two of Pentacles. So, well, let's not skip ahead. We have the Eight of Cups here too. So the Eight of Cups talks about our emotional house and why it gets in such a, why it's in disarray. Why is my emotional life like this, right? It's the reflection. 9 underneath that, the reflection over that. The Eight of Cups is all about that. I need to take a moment within that. Why? Because, you're thinking of making a change. You're definitely thinking of making a change. And by the way, the Two of Pentacles, there's ships that have yet to come in. The Six of Swords, I'm moving into calmer waters. We have the Ten of Cups, right? That's about calmness and harmony and laughter. The Empress, that's about strength and empathy, compassion. Whatever I put my focus on is what I'm going to grow. It says put it on your passions, your passion. You have, you're learning you're learning who you are through the Princess of Swords, the truth of who you are, your authentic self. And, you're learning how to use that sword. But then the Ace of Swords shows up. I often feel the Ace of Swords is a yes card too. So, I'm not sure if I'm meant to be with someone or not. I'm not sure if this was meant for me. I'm not sure if I'm meant to be with this emperor or if I'm meant to be in this job. Your spiritual team's coming right out and saying, you do have the answer. You do have the answer. It's within you. You do have the answer, and you can find it. But don't look at it like, shame on me for putting up with this. It was part of your destiny. But this is just, but you have much more coming. You have the star right next to destiny. So for many of you, your dream of business ownership, I feel like, is coming true. As long as you're willing to put the focus in it, and you got to move into it with the Two of Pentacles, right? The juggler. Can I do this? Can I do this? Well, the Empress says, hell yeah, you can do this. Not only can you do this, but you can do it well. Like you're meant to do it. It's part of your destiny. It's part of your soul's desire, right? Maybe it's been put on the back burner for a commitment. And I know some of you are going to read this wheel as doing a relationship again. And that, of course, is your choice. But all I want to say to you, if that is what you want to do, there is a lot of energy of disruption within that love. And, I guess if two people put their focus on it and really mean it, I definitely feel like, maybe it could come back around if you could forgive, if they can, if this is you, if it's the other way around, then they forgive, what have you. But the energy that's moving forward feels, independent. And I feel like that is going to be temporary. Matter of fact, Let's pick this up. I'm going to leave the star out. I don't know why I've been doing this a lot this month. Like a little mini second reading. But I feel like you need it. I feel like we need it. Many of you know, like, I am right on the cusp of Gemini moon, Cancer moon. Not sure of my time of birth. So, I don't know. But I feel both energies. So, why not claim them both, right? Alright. Let's surround these cards. So we have the wheel, right? This is about time keeps moving. Things keep changing, right? A lot of things are temporary energy, but it also talks about destiny and what can be. You know, you do have to jump on that wheel, like ride that wheel, but it's heading right towards the star card. That is the card of Aquarius, by the way. But it's also about your hopes and your dreams. And, you know, within the star card, I'm feeling that I'm getting to the point, at least, where I'm feeling the connection to divine. I'm seeing how divine works in my life. I'm seeing the patterns in my life. And again, you're learning who you are, and all that you are, right? All that you are. Some of you are picking up new skills, and you know you're going to be a business owner from that. Some of you are outsmart the smartest person in your work, right? Like, you know, you led me, but now I'm now up here. You know, I have the opportunity to, I don't know. I don't want to say you're going to take their job, because I feel like some people are just like leaving, or maybe you had to leave, right, with the coronavirus. But that aside, okay, we're going to turn it around because they're all in reverse. We have the Ace of Wands again, guys. We have the Princess of Pentacles. She's all about learning, right? She's all about, you know, if there's a class that I should take that will help me further my career, or, you know, I may have this realization through the Ace of Wands and that Ace of Swords of something that I think I may be good at, but, you know, I want to learn more about it. This is the time. I feel like, and I kind of feel like you're in the energy with the wheel and the star next to each other, where things will kind of fall in place for you, because you also have the Three of Pentacles. I feel like that is people who are going to be entering your life who appreciate the especially your creative side. Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands is about other people's burdens that we chose to take on. Usually through a sense of responsibility to them. But at least in this image, I feel like, you know, I'm carrying these wands to the tower. Because damn it, if the tower doesn't show up, then I'm going to create the tower. But I have little left to give. Little left to give to this situation. And that may be talking about with the 10. Allowing some of these responsibilities that are not yours to carry, let them go, right? Some of yours, you know, our children, yes, we have to be responsible for. But other people that bring toxicity in our life, sometimes we feel, especially Cancer, you have such a loving heart. You know, it reminds me of my daughter who's Scorpio, but you have a lot of similarities. She gives and gives and gives, and I see how sometimes people take advantage of her heart, her kindness. But now she is becoming aware. You know, she's 40 now. She is becoming aware of that. She's seeing that, and making some real powerful changes in her life. And I think I'm saying that because I feel some of you are emulating that energy. Okay. Okay. They're all reversed, so we're going to flip them back over. All right, so we have the Eight of Pentacles again. Whatever I focus on is what I grow. Look at that, the Wheel. Again, this is a different deck, guys. Not the same deck. Look at that. I just realized the Wheel is coming under the Wheel. It's like double luck. The Eight of Wands. You know, that's fast-moving energy. It's also what I think about, I bring about. What I think about, I bring about. And I feel like that's what that Queen of Cups in the last reading. It's exactly what I felt like. She's daydreaming about something. She's thinking about something. And little does she know that she's manifesting it, right? She's definitely manifesting. Well, what else do we have? Look at that. The Ten of Pentacles. So, if you worry that if you leave something that's toxic, that you'll never have love again, or you'll never be solid within yourself again, this reading is proving you wrong. It's telling you, wherever you put your focus, it's coming to this reading a few times. Where you put your focus is what you will grow. Now, if you're putting your focus in a person, but they're not focusing back, you can't grow that, right? It's like trying to grow a dead seed, because that's their free will. And there just isn't anything we can do about that. We have to learn to accept that. Sometimes things are just over. But nonetheless, with it being over, here is the promise of the Ten of Pentacles. Well, that is solid. That's about as solid as you can get. I feel like also what it's talking about is, as it relates to relationships, this is about someone who has the same values as you, the same morals as you, may even have may even work in the same field as you, do exactly what you do. Some of you may be meeting someone as you, even if it's online, right? As you are expanding your own knowledge, you may, it's like that, just in the beginning of the reading where I said, it felt like the right place at the right time. Like your spiritual team is saying, just let go of all that. Go with the flow. You have the wheel twice. Go with that flow. Go with your passionate soul. Feel it. And then focus on it. And I swear to you, you will grow it. And it feels like you can grow it to the max. It's going to depend on you. But you have the wheels behind you. You have destiny behind you. You have divine behind you. For what? Your dream. This is saying, don't give up your hopes. Don't give up your dream, right? Put your effort towards it. Grow it. Learn all you can. And you will get to that point. I know many of you are moving into areas where you're helping others. You're helping the underdog. You're helping those who, you have walked the shoes of the people that you will be helping. And it's beautiful. And I feel like compensated for it. Not that you're even asking for it. Well, I guess in a way you are, right? Because if you're building a business, then listen, there's nothing wrong with asking for money, because money is part of the human experience, right? But it's being solid within that. Cancer, you are moving to such a solid type energy. If you allow yourself, this is kind of being real with yourself, and then redirecting your energy towards your passions, and then watching them grow. Now, again, we're starting at the 8, right? We had the full, that's the 0, that's the beginning of the journey. There may be still more that we need to learn, but we're passionate about learning that. Ultimately, where do we end up? In the 10 of Pentacles. So, If I'm looking for, again, love in my life, this is the type of love that it feels like a rock. You know, it feels very solid. I feel like with the Ten of Pentacles, it talks about two people who come in, both being able to add to the family financially, not just financially, but morally. This person just feels like they carry the same morals, definitely. And I feel a lot of you are letting go of those responsibilities that you've been carrying around that were not yours to even start with. That's okay. It's just the realization, and then I can have movement because here is the ace. Beautiful. Guys, I feel like that was quick, but I feel like it was to the point. I got to do a Mother Mary card. I just feel like, I feel like that was beautiful. Someone who's still in the Ten of Wands energy may not feel that, but this just tells me you will in time, right? All right. I feel like we have to bring the wisdom of Mother Mary, the comfort of Mother Mary. Again, I want to remind you that time is fluid. We're all in different places, like within the reading, but it gives you the potential of what can be. Really, what it's saying is you deserve respect, you deserve love, but of the highest, of the highest. You sometimes can feel sorry for someone. If someone's, I feel like someone may be with someone who drinks a lot, and you feel bad for them because, truth be told, they feel like they can't get their shit together, and it's affecting. It feels like it may be affecting everyone, and you have a sense of responsibility of like, how can I leave with that? Well, you can love someone from afar, also. And all I'm saying is, be careful that you don't take on other people's burdens. Because sometimes what you do in reality is you take away their lesson. So they're going to be doomed to repeat it, right? You're trying to solve their lesson for them, and you can't. They have to learn it on their own. Sun, sun, everywhere, sun. Let's read. I watch for, notice, and trust the signs that heaven continuously sends. It's exactly how we opened up your reading with your spiritual team wanting your attention about something so that you could ultimately reach where it is you want to be. So let's read. This card is a message for you to pay close attention to the signs that come to you in answers to your prayers. These can include a song that you hear, words that you read, a sight that you see, a conversation you overhear, and so forth. The possibilities are unlimited. Signs tend to repeat themselves until you notice them and take some form of action. However, it's also possible to notice one the first time it presents itself. As you listen to these signs, you get a sense of heaven's continuous participation in your life, which helps you feel safer and more loved. You can also pray for clarification if you don't understand a sign. After all, Mother Mary and the angels want to clearly communicate their love to you. Beautiful. And I love you. I'm going to leave the reading there. I just feel right where it's meant to end. I love you guys so much. Thank you for supporting my channel, supporting my work. It means the world to me. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here on YouTube. I just wouldn't be. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing this video. Thank you for subscribing. We're getting a lot of new soul sisters and brothers coming our way. So, you know, take a moment and welcome them. I'm so happy when people find, you know, it's kind of like finding your home, I hope. Um, it's funny how you guys talk about my voice and it being calm. I myself don't like the sound of my voice, but there you go, right? We always pick on things that other people, on ourselves, that other people find relatable in a way. So thank you guys. Thank you for receiving the messages. I know all of you won't immediately. This may be that type of reading where you have to come back to, depending on where you are energetically. And don't ever worry about that. Like, go back and listen to it if you didn't quite get it this time, but you're like, I just kind of feel like, you know, but maybe you don't want to have the realization of something yet. It'll come in time. Your spiritual team is here, is with you, and after all, they're giving you signs, and these signs will help to guide you, and that is beautiful. And I love you guys. I will see you soon. Bye bye.